7 years ago, when I came back to the United States from China, I had no place to stay, so I lived with my mother and my younger brothers. And my mother was, in her spare time, she would like to go to this flea market and buy antiques. Some of the items she collected were statues of like figurines and statues. One figurine was the statue of Chairman Mao, and then another one was Indian god with multiple arms and legs. And she kept all those in the basement. And there's one particular statue of an Indian god. She kept in the living room, pretty high on the living room, so everybody would be able to see it when they enter the house. My mother, of course, is an atheist. She doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in Jesus. So for years, I didn't do anything about them, even though I knew that those things were idols. But 2-3 years ago, I just decided I need to throw all these idols out. So one day I just took the statue of Chairman Mao and the Indian god with multiple arms and legs. I threw them into the trash can without telling anybody. But I kept the Indian idol in the living room there. I didn't move it because I knew intuitively how attached emotionally my mother was to that idol. And I was really fearful, I think, of what her reaction would be if I threw it out. But 2-3 months ago, while I was praying in the middle of the night, it was at 3 o'clock in the morning, and God revealed to me that He wants me to throw that idol out, the final one. And also during that time, I was reading the Old Testament, and I knew that idolatry, worshiping false god, is the number one sin anybody can commit against Him. In the middle of the night, at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, I heard God say, threw it out. So I went upstairs, took that idol, threw it into the trash can. And that was the first time I looked at it up close, because before I observed it from afar, I thought it looked kind of pretty. It looks kind of like an artwork. But that morning when I looked at it up close, it looked so grotesque and ugly. I was wondering, why didn't I find the courage to throw it away earlier? But I didn't tell anyone because I knew, how attached my mother was to that false god. And lo and behold, today, my mother found out that the idol was gone. So he was inquiring, where did it go? Then I told her, I threw it out. And immediately you could see the mood change in her. She almost blew up. She was so angry. She said, why did you throw it out? I said, this is a false god. This is something that God hates the most. If you keep it in the house, God will curse you, curse everyone in the house, and will curse this household. But she said, it belongs to me. If you threw it out, at least let me throw it out. But I knew if I told her, she would never have thrown that out. Because she was so attached to it. Even without even me talking to her about it, I knew how spiritually attached she is to this idol. And that's why I didn't tell anyone. I did not tell anyone before throwing it out. And I knew it would offend her. I knew today, it would come. But I have no regret, because I obeyed God. I obeyed Jesus through His Holy Spirit, to do this. And it doesn't matter whom I offend, even my own mother. I knew it was the right thing to do. And I just want to share this testimony and encourage others. If you are a Christian, if you call yourself a Christian, you gotta truly know that idolatry is one of the most offensive thing to God. The first commandment is thou shalt not have any other gods besides me. So if you have any idols in the house, it doesn't matter how valuable you or one of your family members think it is, you gotta get rid of it. May Jesus be with you.